Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day before starting the video. Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital, GH, spoilers, indicate that Drew Cain, Cameron Matheson, has been acting very recklessly as of late, and if all the lies and schemes he's been up to are exposed, he could not only lose Willow Tate Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, but his political career could be down the drain. With that said, could he also lose custody of his daughter, Scout Quartermain, Cosette Abinante? General Hospital spoilers remind fans that there are many family members in Port Charles who would love custody of Scout. From Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, to Monica Quartermain, Leslie Charlson, Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, would also gladly step in as Scout's guardian, and so would Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, to ensure she was under the same roof as her brothers, Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, and Danny Morgan, Asher Antonisen. With that said, Drew hasn't been putting his daughter first with anything he's done lately, and has been far more focused on revenge and romance than parenting. Could he lose his daughter if all his lies are exposed? Who would step up to the plate to take Scout out of his custody? While the beloved Leslie Charlson has passed away, Monica is still very much alive in Port Charles. It's unclear as to when the show will address the actress's passing, so are the GH writers waiting for a big storyline to pass before they do so? Drew framed Tracy Quartermain, Jane Elliott, for his ketamine drugging, when he knew that Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, were behind it. Framing someone for a crime is a serious offense, and Tracy wouldn't hesitate to throw the book at him, if she could prove it. In retaliation, could Monica file an emergency petition for custody? If she did, she might win, and she might also have Alexis backing her up on this. Port Charles may be known for its secrets and scandals, but Drew Cain has always prided himself on being the honorable man in the room, at least until recently. However, General Hospital spoilers tease that Drew's mask of morality could soon slip, and the fallout may hit him where it hurts the most: his relationship with his daughter, Scout. For months now, Drew, Cameron Matheson, has been walking a precarious line between business mogul and ruthless operator. Ever since his return from Pentonville, he's seemed more aggressive, less centered, and increasingly obsessed with control. While some chalk it up to prison hardening him, others, especially Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, are beginning to wonder if the man raising Scout is no longer the same Drew she once loved and trusted. A new face, a new attitude. Ever since he bought into Aurora Media again and began expanding his influence in Port Charles, Drew's been making bold moves. At first, it looked like he was trying to rebuild his life and legacy, but recent choices suggest a darker motivation, perhaps even a desire to outdo his twin brother, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, who has re-emerged and quickly become a fixture, again in Sam and Scout's lives. Sam has noticed a shift in Drew's demeanor. He's quicker to anger, more controlling when it comes to parenting decisions, and lately, increasingly secretive. Their once friendly co-parenting relationship has begun to strain under the weight of Drew's ambition. She's even mentioned to Dante, Dominic Zamprogna, that she fears Drew is hiding something big, and it may affect Scout in ways they can't foresee: business or betrayal. GH spoilers hint that Drew's newest business dealings could be the beginning of the end for his squeaky clean image. Reports suggest he's been quietly orchestrating a merger between Aurora and another shadowy tech firm with questionable ties, possibly even involving Sonny Corinthos's Maurice Bernard enemies. If Drew knowingly partnered with a company laundering money or linked to organized crime, it would not only damage his public image, but open the door for legal challenges, especially if any of these dealings touched Scout's trust or inheritance. Insiders whisper that Ned Quartermain, Wally Kurth, is becoming suspicious of Drew's aggressive corporate tactics. Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, may stumble across an incriminating email chain while snooping on ELQ servers, connecting Drew to off-the-books, Financial maneuvering meant to undercut a rival. If this reaches Sam, or worse, the press, Drew's custody of Scout could be reevaluated in court. Sam's growing concerns. Sam has always been protective of Scout, especially after the traumas their family has endured. Now that Jason is back. In the picture, Scout has someone else to bond with, a man who, for all his flaws, has always put family above ambition. While Sam isn't looking to reunite with Jason romantically, she's certainly leaning on him more as Drew becomes increasingly unstable. In upcoming episodes, Sam may consider consulting a family attorney, not to take Scout away from Drew entirely, but to establish a more formal custody agreement. Right now, they share informal joint custody, but if Drew's behavior continues to raise red flags, Sam could argue that full legal custody would be in Scout's best interest. Scout's loyalty. Tested poor Scout is stuck in the middle of a battle she doesn't understand. At just 8 years old, she's beginning to pick up on the tension between her parents, and the return of Jason has only complicated things. She adores her father, but may soon be exposed to the fallout of his decisions. Spoilers suggest that Scout could overhear a tense conversation between Drew and an associate, something that makes her uncomfortable. If she brings it up to Sam, or worse, mentions it at school, it could trigger a deeper investigation into Drew's activities. Fans may recall that in the past, Drew often prided himself on transparency and honesty. If he starts coaching Scout to keep secrets, it could be the final nail in the coffin for his custodial credibility. Sam would never tolerate that kind of manipulation, and it may push her to pursue legal avenues she previously avoided. Jason versus Drew. The brother battle heats. There's another layer to this drama, the Kane versus Morgan sibling rivalry. With Jason back in town and establishing a quiet rapport with Scout, Drew may be feeling threatened on multiple fronts. Not only is he losing Sam's trust, but he also fears Scout might begin to prefer Jason's calm, reliable presence to his increasingly erratic one. The possibility of a custody battle isn't just about Drew and Sam, it's about Jason too. If Drew senses that Sam might allow Jason to have more influence in Scout's life, he could retaliate in court. But the courts could see through any such move, especially if Drew's business dealings are exposed in the process. One chilling spoiler hints that Drew might attempt to gather dirt on Jason's past to use against him as an unfit influence, which could backfire spectacularly. Port Charles may have a short memory when it comes to mob ties, but the courts don't, and Sam has enough credibility as a reformed PI and mom to make a compelling case for protecting Scout from a custody tug-of-war. The court of public opinion. Don't forget that in Port Charles, perception often shapes reality. If Drew's shady dealings go public, whether through a whistleblower at Aurora or via Tracy Quartermain's, Jane Elliott, strategic leaking, his days as the doting dad in the media spotlight could be over. Imagine the scandal. Aurora CEO, tied to financial scandal while fighting for daughter's custody. In such a scenario, Sam's lawyer would have a field day. Drew's wealth and status wouldn't help him if a judge believed his business practices endangered his daughter's stability or future. Sam could demand supervised visitation until Drew gets his life back on track, something that would devastate him. And if the truth comes out that Drew attempted to cover up or manipulate evidence to protect himself, he could face more than a custody hearing. Criminal charges might follow, leading to a second stint behind bars. Will Drew lose it all? Drew Kane has already lost years of his life, his identity, and the woman he once loved. If he doesn't change course, he could lose the one thing he has left that truly matters: his daughter. General Hospital spoilers suggest that summer in Port Charles is about to heat up with courtroom drama, corporate warfare, and emotional reckonings. Will Drew realize too late that his thirst for power cost him the most precious relationship of all? Or will he redeem himself before Sam slams the door shut on shared custody for good? One thing's for sure, the battle for Scout is just beginning, and in true GH fashion, expect shocking twists, courtroom confessions, and maybe even a few unexpected allies to shake things up. Could Jason end up advocating for Drew despite their rivalry? Or will he step in to offer Scout the father figure she deserves? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.